Hello, loves. I am your Empress Divine Miss Tasha Turner. Welcome. This is the Sagittarius November 2018 full month tarot checkup. I do apologize to you, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, for the brief break in the videos that I was doing. I needed this weekend, that extra hour and all. I needed it to help me align more with vibrations of love so I can give you all the best possible reading. And we'll go ahead and get started. The full month tarot checkup has changed a bit since I was doing them 2 months ago. I pulled two goddess guidance cards. One, the first one is like for the first half of your month, the second one for the latter half. And here you have the Peace and the Guardian card. For the peace card, it says there's no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. I really feel like you will have an extraordinary month, Sagittarius. I don't know exactly when, but I do know that Jupiter is moving into Sagittarius, the planet of luck, expansion, blessings. It's such a positive influence. I feel like anything that you focus on will expand if it's for your good, Sagittarius. So, um, Romans 8:28 just went through my mind. I remember the verse exactly, the scripture exactly. All things, well, I remember like where to find it, Romans 8:28. As far as me knowing it verbatim, yeah, I'm a heathen. So I haven't opened the Bible in a while. But I do feel like that applies here, that all things work for the good of those who are called according to my purpose. You don't have to believe in Jesus or God or whatever to identify with that quote. So yeah, I just feel like there'll be a sense of peace over you, whatever it is that you may be starting. Yeah, you may have a bit of anxiety, as most people do when they're doing something that they've never done before. But as far as anything stopping you from actually pursuing your goals, I don't see that being a problem here in November, especially during the first 2 weeks. Then for the latter half, you have Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. I think that as a result of just believing in whatever it is that you're trying to manifest and having that sense of peace, keeping a still mind, and just focusing on that which you want to manifest, you pretty much guarantee that, whatever you touch turns to gold. Pretty much guaranteed. If you have any concerns about you and your children, being able to feed your children or being able to give your children sufficient enough clothes for the upcoming winter, if you have issues about being able to provide for them as a single mother, these are just things that I'm channeling here. You'll be okay. You'll be better than okay. Let me say that. When you are divinely protected, you'll be better than okay. There's a fire within you, especially by the end of November. It's like a fire will be lit under you, one that nobody can really extinguish, no matter what tries to come against you. It's like you'll just know that you're untouchable. Your vibrations will be so high, you're just unreachable for anybody who's even trying to come against you. You're so high they can't touch you anyway. But I feel like y'all already know about that. Just Sag, for Christ's sake. You know how it feels to just be on a natural high. So let's get into the cards. These goddess guidance cards that I was just talking about, they may make some more cameos in your reading if need be, if they are relevant to whatever else is in these cards. It's just a brief look. One thing that I noticed when I was setting out the cards is that Um, I think the most of the cards that are in here are coins. Well, the most of any specific suit are the coins. You have more coins than swords, cups, air. Matter of fact, I don't see any. Yeah, you don't have any swords. So when I say there's an ease about whatever it is that you're doing, that spiritual protection, that divine intervention in your life, there's an ease about whatever it is that you're doing in November. So if you feel anxiety about anything, seriously, Sag, like you don't have to. I don't see any conflict, any confrontation that anyone tries to have with you. I mean, it's like water under a bridge. It's like it's whatever. I'm still gonna get across to the other side. So I mean, you can feel however you want to feel. Float, float on. It's not really gonna bother you at all. But those coins, they are there. I feel like you can put the work in without worrying about anything really coming against you. Once again, if somebody does try to come against you, it's somebody who's in a lower position who really doesn't have any influence on what you're doing anyway. At the job, it's somebody, being petty. They're not in a position to even fuck with your office or your position. So, their opinions don't matter. Um, in the family, they might be like, the family hoe or something. So they can't really mess with what your stance is. Let's say you're getting married or something, because you do have that Two of Cups, the commitment card in your seventh house position. Let's say you're in a committed relationship or you're getting married, or you bring this new person around at Thanksgiving and you have like the family whole be like, oh, he used to try to talk to me. And you be like, he maybe tried to get you to give up that booty. And you probably did it if you're the family hoe. But he wasn't really trying to make anything happen with you. It's always that one person, you bring somebody that you really like around and they be like, oh, he used to try to talk to me in kindergarten, or he used to try to talk to me at summer camp in the fourth grade. You're like, that shit don't really matter. We grown now. So I mean, when I say somebody's in a lower position where they really can't fuck with nothing that you have going on, Sagittarius, that's what I mean. Let's see what else I'm seeing. One, two. You have two major arcana cards here in the third house, there in the 10th house. So I feel like a lot of what you are manifesting in November will come from, as I was saying at the beginning of the reading, your focus. Really checking your focus, paying attention to the thoughts that you feed your mind, the things that you feed your mind, that will definitely determine the direction that you are taking in life. But overall, I just see you putting work in and getting what you want from it, pretty much. Let's go through the cards by astrological house and placement. To start off, we have the Four of Cups in your first house placement. Let me actually click on, okay, I'll turn this down. Okay, so in the first house placement, this is how people are seeing you. And it's the Four of Cups. So I feel like they see you as someone who is pretty emotionally stable. They may feel that you have certain things that you are committed to, that you are like reluctant to go away from or get away from. They feel like you're committed to certain things. Maybe they don't exactly get it. I don't feel like it's an issue though. Like maybe you just have a certain way of how can I put this? It's like you have a certain way of being, a certain way of how you connect with people, how you connect with life in general. Is your own special way. You have your own special way of feeling. I don't feel like they really expect you to feel the same way that they feel about things. They may look at you like a little bit of an oddball, but not in a way where they treat you like a weirdo. They just accept that you are a bit different. And it's okay. You have your way of thinking and feeling. You have certain things that you're just stuck on, and that's okay. Because again, I don't feel like this November is, going to be bad for you in any way. It's just you have things that you're set on doing, commitments that you are dead set on, and that's. I think this card showed up in the first position because that may seem like a little bit out of the norm for a Sagittarius. Just generally speaking, this reading is not going to apply to everybody, but generally speaking, a lot of people see Sagittarius as maybe you kind of go from thing to thing, whatever excites you at the moment, or you really dig into something, you get a good understanding of, and then you're on to the next thing, on to your next adventure. But here in November, whatever it is that you're working on is a return to whatever that focus is. I feel like you will have that steady, stable emotional investment in whatever this thing is. And people see that in you. It's like, oh, okay. So, Sagittarius done found something to stick to. Okay. That's what's up. In the second card placement, which is about your personal possessions, when I say personal possessions, that includes yourself. You are your own possession. As a matter of fact, you are actually the only possession that you really have in this lifetime. Anything else can be taken, stolen, burnt, cut up, keyed, stomped apart, destroyed in some type of way. But nothing can really take you away from you. You'll always be with you. So that kind of equates with your self-worth too. But outside of all that philosophical talk, you have the Eight of Staffs here, which is a fast-moving energy. So I feel like whatever it is that you're working on, you'll start seeing results from it real fast. You have that intense focus, you have that emotional commitment, that staying power, which might be a bit different from your usual routine. But with that intense focus and that staying power and the action behind it, I see you building on your money. So as long as you are committed to something, I see your money growing, your personal possessions growing. It could be quick moves, like you quickly move into another residence. You may have to quickly move out of where you are and move to some new place, or um, quickly get a car. Like maybe you didn't think you would have the money a couple of months ago, or just as recent as October. You didn't think you would have the money, then all of a sudden you have this fast windfall of cash, and you need a ride. So you don't spend a long time looking for a car. It's like you go to a dealership and it's like, bam, that's it, I want it. Like quick decisions in terms of how you spend your money. So fast money and quick decisions with how you spend it. I see in November. In the third position, you have the Tower. The third card position, or the third astrological house, deals with your mentality, how you think, and how you express those thoughts. In here, you have the Tower, which is like a sudden event that brings down whatever it is that you had going on before. And it's like, it's a transformative energy. The lightning, in my mind, is like Uranus energy. It's like a sudden shakeup out of nowhere. Like no one really expected it. You can't really pinpoint where lightning is going to strike. It just happens. So while you're putting this energy into something that you are, emotionally invested in, and you're actually doing the work consistently, it's like you don't know exactly when the windfall hits. You just know that if you keep doing what it is that you are committed to, something's going to pop off. And it does. So you commit to doing whatever you need to do because you know something is popping off for you. Also, at the start of November, transitioning out of October, at start of November, I feel like it's something happening or there was some event that it may have on the outside or on the exterior looked like something negative or maybe something that didn't feel so good, but you really do see the value in it because it shakes you to the core and it encourages you to start to build up something new. It was like, okay, well, there was a quick ending to that. I don't like to dwell on something ending. It don't have to be a slow death. You can be quick over so that I can get on to the next thing. And I think that's actually more of your style. Like there's no point in dragging something out. Just let it go and get on to the next. You may have ghosted somebody since this is the communication card and something that was built up just pow, and it's over with. So you may have ghosted someone or, someone ghosted you. I'm leaning more toward you ghosting someone or just cutting off something, quitting a job. Um, yeah, ghosting or quitting a job. Something that was established or had spent a good little bit of time in your life. You had a nice little chapter of it in your life story, and it's over. But it's for the good. It's for your best interest. In the fourth card position, I have the Eight of Coins. The fourth house or the fourth card placement is about family, home. And the Eight of Coins is about work that transforms those things. So, this quick fire action that you are putting into this thing that you're emotionally invested in, it is going to change your home life. Just like I was saying, you could be quickly moving into a new house. It is going to change your family life. If it's a relationship, then we could be talking about, really building something that will lead to a life change, like marriage, you know, or moving in together. So it's some work going on there, some transformative work, meaning that whatever you're investing your time in, it's is not going to waste. I mean that you are seeing, significant results from it. In the fifth placement, representing the fifth house, which is the house of love, children, sex, passion, creative activities, you have the Knight of Coins. Something is being built that is sustainable. And even though you're putting in, quick action and you're seeing quick results, that doesn't mean that it's something that's flaky. This is not flaky at all, especially being up under this Four of Cups, which is that emotional investment that other people see in you. This is not a flaky type. The Knight isn't flaky. He's like the Knight of Coins is a really honorable person. He's strategic. He's a good fighter, somebody you can count on in battle. So again, it's kind of for me, hinting at a commitment. Like, yeah, it may be my like a stereotype or my reputation that I start something and then abandon it, but I don't see that happening with this. Like this has real staying power. Something that you really love doing, or someone that you really love and you love doing them too. In the sixth card position, the Seven of Coins. And this just means that you're going about planting your seeds, you're doing your job, getting things done. The sixth house is that, day-to-day energy, how you go about handling your responsibilities, just consistently. It's about consistency, really. And the Seven of Coins is, you take up your burdens, you do what you need to do. I don't even really feel like any of this is a burden to you because you are so emotionally invested in it, you would happily do it. It's just that you actually stick to whatever this is. Sticking to it with that consistent strategic action, that's why you see money coming fast. That's why you see results coming fast, promotion coming fast. In the seventh position, as we mentioned earlier in the reading, you have that Two of Cups, emotional investment on both sides. And that's why I keep bringing it back to a relationship, because other people see this emotional investment. And then in the seventh house, which is the opposite of the first house, that's the ascendant, this is the descendant, you have the Two of Cups. Very much so invested. And not only you invested, the other person invested. And I think that sense of knowing that you have a committed, loyal partner is what's keeping you from looking at other opportunities or looking at other things. There's an open communication here. A really It's like a playfulness. Like, don't think that when I say open communication, that don't mean y'all spend all day talking about, you know, tragedy or discussing, having those baby we need to talk conversations. It's just like a sense of playfulness. I feel like a very light-hearted energy, but they can tell you anything, you can tell them anything. And communication yields closer bonds, deeper bonds. And I feel like that's why this bond is so strong. It's like y'all are tied into each other, and both very wise people. Y'all can be lighthearted and still have deep talks, you know, about physics and law of attraction and conspiracies and, saggy type of stuff. But I feel like they stimulate your mind, you stimulate theirs. Eighth card position, you have the Six of Coins. The eighth house is a transformative energy, Scorpio house. It's also about sex. So I feel like you are very satisfied in that, satisfied in giving and receiving in the, sexual area. Very earthy sex. Also, I feel like you're moving into a place where you can actually give more to people, where you don't have to worry so much about making sure that you have what you need because of your resources building up quickly as a result of, the action that you're taking, the dedicated action. You can do more for other people. And whatever it is you're doing, people are giving to you, giving more to you. So that's either like a promotion at work as a result of your actions. If you're doing something like a self-employment type of opportunity, getting more payout, making more sales. In terms of your relationship, if you are with someone who is, kind of well-to-do, they don't mind spending on you. I feel like they definitely don't mind spending on you. The passion is theirs. Like, if it's theirs, it's yours. If it's yours, it's theirs. Very prosperous relationship. Seriously. I picked up this card, but I was led back to this card to say something about sex work. If you're a sex worker, um, cam girl, phone sex operator, escort, stripper, one of those happy ending massage therapists, I see that going good for you financially too in November. I just felt the need to say that. Somebody gonna rack up on Black Friday too. This might be the first time that you've ever really participated in a Black Friday the way you've always wanted to. I'm talking about big screens, smart TVs, whatever latest gaming system that you like, new cell phone, the latest Galaxy or iPhone or whatever it is that you fuck with, Team Android or Team iPhone, whatever it is that you are, somebody is really going to rack up this Black Friday. And you probably didn't even think that you would have the funds that you're going to have available to you in October. I'm like, seriously, as little as a month ago, a couple of weeks ago, you didn't think you were going to be as financially set as you're about to be in November. But you got to be set. And then here in your card position, this ninth house card, which is the Sagittarius house, you have the Ten of Cups, which is basically everything you could want. Think of what would make you happiest in life and then realize that November is the month that you get it. Or at least start bringing it to fruition where you can see it. It's just 100% emotional fulfillment. It's like you're over a time in your life where maybe you didn't get whatever it is that you wanted like the most out of life. That chapter is over because for whatever reason, if it didn't come to fruition, whatever was holding you back has already transpired. That's kind of out the way already with that Tower card. So whatever hit or whatever was, tore down for you, or whatever is torn down for you in November, whatever you let go of, it's so that you can have this, the Ten of Cups. Whatever limiting beliefs you may have had, those are over with. Um, Whatever, quote unquote, karmic cycles that you were going through, those are over with. You just have the fullness of emotional fulfillment here. And the 10th card, the 10th position, I should say, is the Chariot. You are you are driving your car. Well, you're driving your life now. You're at the steering wheel. There is seats, you trying to pick it up, kids acting up in the back. For whatever reason, if you ever do need to take your hand off the steering wheel, you're still divinely protected. If you feel like for some reason you stray off of this path, maybe you step out. And I'm not saying, if I'm sorry, cross watchers, I'm not saying this, I'm not excusing cheating at all. I'm not. But if you're with a Sagittarius and they, step out for a little bit, have a little discrepancy or a little indiscretion, I feel like they're still gonna be okay. Like, you take them back. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying. I feel like you take them back. So Sagittarius, don't take advantage of that. And I don't feel like you will, because I do feel like you literally really are emotionally invested in this. But yeah, I'm just saying. If you just so happen to take your hands off of the steering wheel for a minute and step outside of your dedication and kind of backslide a little bit and look back at some of them floozies that try to come back for you, I feel like you'll still be in a good position in your relationship as it applies to like career or your money or whatever it is you're doing in that, to that extent. If you do kind of slack off a little bit, I feel like you'll still be good. Like Jupiter brings you a lot of luck and you're going to have that there, for a whole year in your house, in the Sagittarius house. So you're good. But nevertheless, you are still driving your own chariot. You know, you are still in charge of where it is that you're going. In the 11th position, this is like your social life. Oh, I'm sorry, the 10th house position, that's like your career, your reputation, what you're known for, stuff like that. So, yeah. And the 11th position, your social life, friends, association, your place in humanity, the Queen of Staffs, just very popular at this time. Other people see you on the come up, they see you on the rise, they see you actually sticking to and committed to something and passionate about something, and that makes you even more attractive. Being somebody who's on the rise so quickly, somebody who's so prosperous so fast, you get people who come to you and they want to do more with you. So you'll have more invitations, more opportunities to do things with other people. You build more associations. Your network just gets larger, faster in November. And lastly, here in this 12th card position, which I feel like for a lot of people, it has to do with, endings, cycles ending, or things that are hidden. But the 12th house is also a spiritual house. And again, you're spiritually protected. So I feel like anything that was able to slip away from you in a previous cycle of life, or anything that you ever felt like you were cheated out of, you get it back. What? Damn, a song just came through my head and it slipped my mind just that fast. Lose it all and get no, blow a check and get it right back. Like you've lost a lot. Because not only do I equate money with the coins, but money is an energy, just like water. You know, is energy. It's a flow. It's energy. So anything I feel like you've lost, you get it right back. Um, People that you lost contact with because you were so busy off just trying to make something of yourself, I feel like you get back in contact with them. Um, People who may have cast you off as like a third wheel with this card, like they may have made you like a third wheel, like you felt like an outsider or something. I feel like they'll be trying to include you and stuff now, since you are so attractive and you are on the come up and things are happening so fast for you. And you know how people are when back then they didn't want me, now how they all on me, that type of energy. So you're not really no third wheel no more. You like the guest of honor now. Like when you show up to the party, that's when the shots get to popping. That's when the music get to playing a little louder. That's when the DJ really crank it up when you show up. That's the type of energy I'm getting for you here in November. So again, just have peace about whatever it is that you're doing. Don't be too anxious about it because you are divinely protected. Shit is going down. Don't be cynical. I know a couple of Sagittarius who have a tendency to be cynics sometimes. They feel like if something sounds too good to be true, it is, but that's just not the case for you here in November. Like it sounds good, it is good. That's what's up. So thank you for watching, Sagittarius. I'm going to move on to Capricorn. Bye.